He comes first with the First Alert Radar Network. First just got faster. Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12 at 6 o'clock.
How about this? For the third year in a row, the Westside Patriots are bringing home the gold. We have highlights from the state basketball championship in Macon coming up.
But first, we are bracing for another round of storms heading into the weekend.
With first alert issued for Saturday, Mikkel.
That's right. I do want to say congrats to Westside, though. They always say Westside is the best side, but I know we're talking weather right now. I'm really happy for them. I am so genuinely happy for them. 3P, but weather. We do have a severe threat full forecast.
Thank you, Mikkel. Another night, another chance for Richmond County parents to speak out on their child's future.
Round 4 of the 5-year master plan meeting just got underway, and tonight's focus is on Richmond Hill K-8, Tobacco Road Elementary, and Wheeless Road Elementary. Our Sydney Hood live at Richmond Hill K-8 with what you need to know. So basically, the plan is to split Richmond Hill K-8 up. There will be a newly built Richmond Hill Elementary, and then Richmond Hill Middle will stay right here at the current site. Now, it has a lot of parents questioning what exactly is this going to look like, specifically in the classroom, and how exactly is this going to impact their kids? It's like a grab and add type situation, because once Richmond Hill K-8 splits, you'll have 2 schools to fill. The school board says one of the main points for this plan in the first place is to boost enrollment in order to get state funding. 26 schools in Richmond County do not get funding, and that's more than half of the schools total. Richmond Hill K-8's enrollment meets the state minimum number for funding, so the question is, why bother splitting it in the first place? If you look at the elementary portion, there are 610 students, and the plan recommends pulling nearly 400 more students between Wheeless Road and Jamestown Elementary to attend Richmond Hill Elementary. It's the same deal for the middle school side. Right now, there are more than 700 middle schoolers, and this plan recommends pulling 52 more students from Glen Hills Middle, and then from Tobacco Road Elementary, 113 more students would come in, but that's only if Spirit Creek Middle closes. So there's a lot of moving around and a lot of possible change. The only question now is, will anything in this plan become permanent? And I think that's the question of the night. Safe to say that for sure. We've seen a lot of parents go in. They are carrying a lot of questions with them. I've seen a lot of notepads go in, and it'll definitely be interesting to see how tonight plays out and if this meeting will go into the night as well. All eyes certainly on this series of meetings. A lot of parents have a lot of questions. Sydney, thanks for bringing us live there. Richmond County parents, only a few more chances to head to those meetings and have your thoughts heard. There's a meeting next Monday at 6 p.m. at Bel Air K-8. They'll discuss changes that affect Bel Air K-8, Copeland and Reynolds Elementary Schools. It also includes Bel Air and Langford Middle Schools. The final meeting is on March 12th, and that one is at 3 p.m. over at the Richmond County Board of Education Central Office. It'll be an overview of all of the schools in the whole proposal. Scan the code on your screen to see the full list of schools impacted for each meeting.
On your sideline.
Sports early tonight because, as we mentioned off the top, the Westside Patriots just won a monumental 3rd straight state championship.
Some say it is nearly impossible. They prove the impossible possible. Sports director Dan Booth joining us live from the Macon Coliseum. So, Dan, what was the final score?
The Westside Patriots' unprecedented run of success continues. 62-29 is the final. Westside wins their 3rd straight state title in spectacular fashion. And this team, this run has been unbelievable. 3 years ago, this team went from being an underdog to, I guess, starting a dynasty, winning not 1, not 2, but 3 consecutive state championships, which is just incredible for not just them, but all the teams back home in Augusta. Westside sent a message early on in today's state title game against Toombs County, starting out on a 10-0 run, and they never looked back, letting everyone in the arena know just how dangerous they can be when they start picking up momentum. They led by 17 at the half, and then ended up extending that lead with countless explosive plays. Doug's alley-oops, big threes, steals, list goes on. This team was rolling, and they left no doubt out there on the floor. Despite so many key seniors graduating last year, the Patriots went back into the lab, got stronger, faster, longer, and somehow got hungrier to get this big win for their third state title in a row, 64-29. And once again, they just dominated this game and left no doubt. This is head coach Jerry Hunter's third state title with Westside and his fourth overall when you include the one with Laney back in 2012. After the game, he shared his thoughts on how special of a run the past few years have been.
You know, 3-time defending champions, because I can think back to the first one. And then this one here, you know, folks was wondering, you know, how we were going to do losing so many guys, man. But like I told them, the ingredients changed, but the recipe is still the same.
Just before, Westside ended up going out there and getting the job done. In our first game of the day, Josie went head-to-head with Mount Perrin Christian. Josie ended up leading by 2 at the end of the first quarter, and a lot of their scoring was done by Kerry Fluellen, who balled out and had a perfect start in the first quarter without missing a single shot. She was hands down the best player on the floor in this game, and that transferred into the second half. Now, with 2 minutes left in the game, Josie was down by about 7, and Kerry Fluellen drives and then gets a controversial offensive foul call. There was a lot of emotion in this game, and this was a big call because Kerry ended up fouling out on that play, basically putting Josie behind the 8 ball and not having their strongest lineup out there when the game was on the line. Once again, just an emotional loss for Josie here. They came up on the wrong side of the box score, 59-52, and we can get ready for the Kerry Fluellen Scorched Earth Tour because she is a fantastic young player who will continue to ascend because she's just a sophomore. And to keep that trend going, when you think about both Westside and Josie and all the young players they have who have experienced this level of success, it's incredible to find out what these teams are going to be looking like in the future, because in my mind, there's no doubt that they'll be in a great position to get back to this point in Macon next year with a shot to win a state title. For Westside, it could be their fourth, which is just unbelievable to even think about. And for Josie, trying to get their second state title in the last 5 years with everything they've accomplished. I'm going to have a full breakdown of both of these state title games tonight at 11.
And as you mentioned, a great run for Josie this season as well.
And Augusta becoming consistently
Yeah.
respectable when it comes to basketball.
Here comes the college coaches. They've
Yeah.
got to be under a magnifying glass now.
Yeah.
Dan, thanks so much. A daycare center in Grovetown at risk of losing its license. Georgia's Department of Early Care and Learning says the Big Blue Marble Academy in Grovetown has had 18 violations filed since July.
The violations range from cleanliness to inappropriate discipline. Hallie Turner has a closer look at the report.
Big Blue Marble of Grovetown may have a big check with Georgia's Department of Early Care and Learning that they're in good standing, but Decal found they've got some violations that could soon move that check to an X. Since July of 2023, Decal says the daycare has seen 18 different violations. Officials say a number this high is rare. The state average within this 8-month period is normally 2 violations. News 12 found 14 of the ones Blue Marble faces right now. Decal tells us there are some related visits that are not published online yet, but the citations are still being counted. Violations from things such as improper discipline issues. Documents say a staff member grabbed a 3-year-old by the arms and shook them aggressively. Another violation, a repeated citation of staff not washing their hands in between diaper changes. Even though the license revocation has been filed, the state says it won't post here until 15 days after the issue date. And there is a simple way you can stay up to date on where your child's daycare standing is. The state recommends you come right here to qualityrate.org. Once you type in your child's daycare, you can see their current standing for health and safety licensing, and you can also stay up to date on when things are filed. In Augusta, Hallie Turner, on your side.
And if something isn't sitting right with you at home, you can always file a complaint through Decal, no matter where your child is. We'll have that direct link listed for you on our website at wrdw.com.
Also tonight, Augusta Mayor Garnett Johnson in Washington right now for the State of the Union address tonight. First Lady Dr. Jill Biden inviting him to recognize the mayor for the work Augusta is doing as a workforce hub city. In 2023, Augusta was designated by the White House as one of 5 cities across the U.S. investing in America workforce hubs.
Former Parks and Rec Director Maurice McDowell is responding about what led up to his resignation. Last month, Augusta commissioners approved his resignation and severance pay. This week, we're still learning more about two investigations that led up to his departure. Craig Allison has more on McDowell's reaction and the internal and third-party investigations that led to his leaving.
Former Parks and Recreation Director Maurice McDowell is fighting back. His time in office surrounded by controversy, which ended with his resignation, that he says was forced by city commissioners acting on advice from Augusta's legal department.
I wasn't even given an opportunity for no suspension or anything. This was a conversation that I had with legal.
The city's EEO office have looked into a claim by a city employee that McDowell harassed her. A second investigation by an outside agency then heard from more city employees, claiming they also had been harassed and discriminated against by McDowell. That same investigation states he had engaged in unprofessional conduct, such as insulting or making fun of his employees, taunting them, and initiating inappropriate sexual discussions at work. The city's investigation says it couldn't substantiate those claims, but did find the former Parks and Rec director discriminated by ages. McDowell says he was told to resign the same day the second investigation was given to commissioners, but feels the case against him wasn't solid.
I'm going to file a report against the attorney who did this, because this is malpractice. He said it's more probable than not. So in other words, basically what he's saying is, you're not innocent until you're proven guilty. 6 people say you did something, 3 people say you didn't, and because it's 6 versus 3, we're going to go with the 6th.
Those witnesses go back to September of 2023. Complaints and letters and emails accuse McDowell of toxicity and being hostile. And interviews with fellow employees gathered by these two investigations also mention favoritism to an employee who was a recreation associate, getting an iPad, building access, and a cell phone where others didn't.
You know why she did? Because she was the administrative assistant to the director, and she had to work remotely some days. So in her working remotely, she needed the tools to do that job. She needed to keep up with his director's calendar.
In the end, he says he's moving on from Richmond County.
They contradict themselves. I think that speaks volumes. Again, I'm trying to put this behind me.
In Augusta, Craig Allison, on your side.
Commissioners just approved moving forward with finding his replacement earlier this week. We reached out to the city to ask about his severance pay, the findings of both investigations into McDowell, and to confirm if city staff wrote his resignation letter for him. They said, we do not discuss personnel matters.
We are tracking a potential active start to your Saturday. All modes of severe weather on the table, and we have a flash flood risk. Be sure to stick around to hear the details on the outlook for Saturday coming up. Saturday as well, but things are a lot drier by Sunday and cooler, and also spring those clocks forward Saturday night into Sunday.
Plans for a new gas station in Harlem have some raising concerns. We show you what city leaders plan to do next.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group.
Are you turning 65 soon? At 64 Insurance Group, we know how confusing Medicare can be. Let us guide you through the entire process. And by the way, you don't pay a penny for our services. Don't wait until you're 65 to call. AreYou64.com.
The lottery is
a Jim Hudson Cadillac SUV event on Washington Road.
experience it once and you'll never forget it. I'm Clay Whittle, Sheriff of Columbia County for the last 29 years. Gary Richardson's support of the local law enforcement has been instrumental in our progress of keeping our community safe.
As your state representative of District 125, I will continue supporting law enforcement because I know that your quality of life starts with a safe community. A vote for me is a vote for strong law enforcement. Vote early or on March 12th for Gary Richardson as your state representative because experience matters.
Imagine a special evening you lovingly plan to celebrate for your anniversary. Flowers, a night on the town, reservations and tickets months in advance. A truly special occasion. Imagine going to the hospital instead. A night of celebration turns into weeks of pain. George Sink Injury Lawyers will be there for you. Our team has the experience to help you get your money faster. Just call all nines now.
Brett, what are you doing? Eliminating some stuff. First off, pretty sure that's a federal offense. And second, that's for our customers to laminate their Medicare cards when they come in for a commitment-free consultation. My bad. AreYou64.com.
Tonight, some neighbors in Harlem are looking to stop a new gas station before it's too late.
Take a look at your screen. The planned Gas World would sit directly across the street from the White Oak Business Park where the Amazon facility is. As our Nick Veland explains, traffic is the only reason some neighbors are opposed to that project.
Well, here's where that gas station would go, right off of I-20 on Appling Harlem Highway, next to White Oak Business Park. And those who live in this area say it's causing them to have some concerns.
I could not be any less excited.
Sam Harris doesn't like the idea of what could come if a Gas World gas station moves to town.
Harlem still kind of is that small town feel.
He feels if more gas pumps come, small becomes large.
If you look at Grovetown 10, 15 years ago, there wasn't a lot going on. And you look at the way it blew up, there is some good to that, sure. I would say the majority of people in Harlem are not looking for that.
The applicant says that this station will be giving those in the area and the workers a place to gas up and get food. But the Gas World proposal will likely move back to March 21st, giving them more time to address safety concerns from the sheriff's office. Documents show that they are concerned about drivers leaving Amazon and crossing numerous lanes of traffic, or doing improper U-turns to enter the convenience store.
Or that whole idea just sounds dangerous. 3 gas stations between the Harlem side and the Appling side within 1 or 2 miles of each other. To me, there's just no need for a 4th.
The gas station says that they're working with GDOT to extend the median to prevent illegal U-turns. And they say, we're on the way. We're convenient. Nobody will go through all the hassle to make an illegal U-turn just to get something that all other gas stations will carry anyways. Again, this item is looking to be pushed to Planning Commission's next meeting on the 21st when the applicant can have a little bit more time to work with the sheriff's office. We'll keep you updated when this comes back on the table then in Columbia County. Nick Veland on your side.
We will keep an eye on that, Nick. Thank you. It is time for your Watch and Win word of the day, and today's word is investigate. Insert that keyword on the News 1226 app for your chance to win a $70 gas card and be entered to win the grand prize, a 70-inch television. Once again, today's keyword is investigate, just our way to celebrate our 70th anniversary on the air with you.
A new addition coming to North Augusta in Donuts is giving News 12 a sneak peek before their grand opening tomorrow. They have boba tea, kolaches, mochi donuts, hot breakfast, all kinds of stuff that sounds delicious and looks it too. We talked to the owner who says her passion started in her own kitchen.
I've been stay-at-home mom. I love cooking, baking, and it become my favorite. I start baking a lot at home.
You can find them on Knox Avenue. They open at 5:30 in the morning. They close at 3.
Is the look of your kitchen leaving you depressed? Don't stress. Call Southern Swag. The pros at Southern Swag can repaint your cabinets, giving your kitchen a whole new look. They will remove your cabinet doors, prep, repaint, and reinstall, with most jobs starting as low as $23.95. And the best part is, they will work around you, so you can still use your kitchen.
Let us transform your kitchen. Call us today for a free estimate.
So call Southern Swag today, 706-294-0244.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, for our Heart of America tonight, meet the woman who just completed one of the most extreme and difficult competitions on Earth, her 4-month journey at sea. That and more headlines tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Well, taking you through that hour by hour one more time, we are looking at just cloud cover continuing to build overnight into your Friday. So hopefully you have taken advantage of that sunshine for today, because it looks like it'll be departing as we head towards Friday. Definitely could still be a few peaks of sunshine in the morning. Some patchy areas of fog before about 10 a.m. look possible as well. Should be mostly dry though, even though it may appear that it's going to rain throughout most of our Friday. Could be a stray shower out there before sunrise, but that threat looks to be very isolated. As we continue late into Friday, overnight into Saturday, that's when that heavy rain threat really begins to overspread the area. But it looks like we could see a drier finish to the second half of our Saturday, but the early afternoon hours definitely could still be some wet weather out there, so do be or make plans, I would say, for that. As far as looking at accumulations of rainfall between Friday night through Saturday, some pretty impressive rainfall totals being picked up here, especially by the American model, where you can see some of those higher totals, potentially 3 inches plus. So if we get all of that in about a 12 to 18 hour time period, that could be problematic, especially for those flood prone locations. So a first alert in effect for Saturday. It'll be breezy in general this weekend as well, so secure those loose items outdoors, and don't forget to spring those clocks forward Saturday into Sunday.
And we are back again at the top of the hour for 26 News.
Then we're back with more News 12 at 11. We'll see you tonight.
At the CBS Evening News, we focus on solutions, finding solutions to help people understand what are the right choices to make for you and your family.